Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today. There's this saying that I've heard, I don't know how true it is, that the voice of the people is the voice of God. Fine, and it looks like the indigenous people of Biafra may be having something good to smile over. But before we go into the news proper, I would like to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, this is coming out way from Anambra State. According to the news, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, governor of Anambra State, has given the assurance that he will lead his brother governors in the southeast to engage the federal government on dialogue to handle insecurity situation in the zone. Soludo said that an expeditious release of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra Ipob, would cushion the insecurity and pass on the zone. In the zone, Soludo said during a one-day peace building and security dialogue held in Oka on Saturday in response to the deteriorating security challenges in the region, he endorsed the communique of a joint body of traditional rulers, clergy to declare Monday, April 4th as a day of prayer at all churches and places of prayers for forgiveness and reconciliation. He said Kanu should be tried expeditiously according to the law and be convicted or freed instead of being kept under indefinite detention. The governor pointed out that justice delayed is justice denied. He said the state government would open rehabilitation centers for those who dropped their arms and set up a truth and reconciliation panel to investigate and placate those who lost their lives and property in the course of the struggle. Soludo said he is ready for total engagement with all parties, including the aggrieved, in the quest for peace. He called on all genuine agitators to drop their arms and leave the forest, while warning criminal elements taking advantage of the situation to hold the people to withdraw or face the full force of the law. We will engage with the good, the bad, and the ugly. We will not discriminate against anybody. We need more engagement than force in solving the problems. We need peace and security in our land. To make progress, we can't continue to cut our nose to spite our face. All churches should announce the Monday prayers, saying they will also signal the end of Monday's sit-at-home order that had lingered for months, he said. In the 8-point communique, the body of traditional ruler and clergy in the south is called on the federal government to free Kanu unconditionally to those detention in the region. The communique, which was read by Igwe Alfred Achebe, the Obi of Onitsha, condemned the Monday sit-at-home directive, which started on August 9 last year, that's 2021. Describing it as self-destructive and inimical to progress of the region. The joint body regretted that even when the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu, had withdrawn the order since August 24th, killings and abductions and burning of property have not stopped. The communique was signed by Chebe, His Grace Archbishop Valerian Okeke of Onitsha Catholic Diocese, Archdiocese, Igwe Lawrence Agbuzu, Chairman Enugu State Traditional Rulers Council, His Grace Most Reverend Chibuzo Okpoko for Bishop and Archbishop, and Professor Solo Chukwulobelu for the Anambra government. Echebe said that they have proposed meetings with the presidency on the problem of Southeast, but had not received a response from the federal government. He said the agitation was caused by the perceived injustice against the Southeast and that only a constructive engagement would address the problems which were further hurting the people. The body called on all injured, aggrieved, and victims of the insecurity in the Southeast in the last 3 years to embrace the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Anambra government. According to the body, we recognize that there is countrywide agitation for restructuring of inter-ethnic and intergovernmental relations in Nigeria. With a view to greater inclusiveness, we therefore share the genuine concern of the political and economic marginalization of the Southeast geopolitical zone of Nigeria, a major plank of the agitation for the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. We call for constructive and continuous dialogue by all parties as a more sustainable solution to overcoming the challenge and win the hearts and minds of the people. We join our voices to the call for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government in order to dose the current tensions across the Southeast. We call on all criminal elements masquerading as working under the instruction of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, or Eastern Security Network, ASN, to cease and desist from further acts of violence and criminality or face TISMs, placeable force of law and order. We call on all who may have taken up arms in the belief that their grievances could be achieved only through armed struggle to lay down their arms. We declare Monday, April 4, 2022 as a day of prayer for peace for Igbo as Igbo land, and implore Anambra residents and all religious congregations to join in this important day of prayer at cathedrals, churches, and prayer houses across the area by 11 a.m., it said. The peace dialogue had representatives from the National Assembly, State Houses of Assembly, Town Hall, Town Union leadership, traditional institutions, religious institutions, security agencies, youth groups, women groups, or Hanese, among others. Now, this is encouraging and this is it's a welcome development. At least the autopiloters have seen how far Professor Soludo, governor of Anambra State, is willing to go for peace to reign. Is willing now to take himself, join his brother governors to take a delegate now to see the president over this matter. Of course, Nigerians have reacted. We're going to take just one or two comments, then we'll wrap this up very quickly. This is a good one, I must say. This one here is saying the release of Nnamdi Kanu is the key to unlock all the issues of insecurity as well as total removal of all roadblocks or checkpoints in the East, else nothing is working. This one here said they are making fun of themselves. The only dialogue is to release Nnamdi Kanu, but that's exactly what they're doing. That's what they're trying to dialogue to see how they can bring up Nnamdi Kanu. Is this job Professor Soludo is doing is not an easy one. Trying not to also hurt the government that brought you into seat, and also trying to ensure that your people also don't call you a bastard. It's not a job I envy him, but then we should encourage him as much as we can. Honestly, at least amongst other governors, he has really shown dexterity, he has shown the zeal and the willingness to do something different. I think everyone should encourage him.